Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well, staying healthy, cause they putting all kind of cootie bugs out here in these streets trying to get us. But I'm praying we overcome everything that they throw at us, because we the people. We have been chosen for this time, and so we are going to do what we gotta do to endureth to the end. So I got a story for you from Cointelegraph, and it's about WorldCoin. So I've been hearing about it, but I haven't had a chance to tell you all about it because I have been under the weather. But I really want to share the story with you because so many things are transpiring at one time, and it coincides with the Fed now launching. Russia created a digital ruble that's voluntary to use. You don't have to use it. Much like, a lot of the stuff that they put out initially, but y'all know as soon as they get ready, it's going to be mandatory. Or whatever catastrophe that comes and knocks out power, closes banks, whatever, when we come back online, everybody gonna have this digital number, you're gonna have this digital currency, you're gonna have to use it quickly. This is just how I see it happening in my mind. Hopefully we not here, but if we are, I just like to talk these things out verbally so that people can kind of get an idea of what things may look like really quickly soon. So let's get into this WorldCoin and these fool young people who sign up. Well, I ain't gonna say young people. I don't know. I can only imagine that it's a lot of young people signing up for this WorldCoin because they had to this, give you something in order to make you sign up for it, and that's how this always works, and that's how you know, in this last hour, the adversary is going to work. They're either going to sell you that, oh, it's voluntary, just trust us, or they're going to offer you something to persuade you because the majority of the people have not been taught to think critically and they don't have a business background. Thankfully, when I was laid off and I went back to school for my new career, I got a degree in business. So I studied marketing and accounting and business management, all these different things. And so for me, I always tend to look at everything that comes from people in a sales tactic kind of perspective. And so I'm able to listen to the BS because I can identify a marketing pitch. We had to practice putting together pitches, so I know how to do it. But then, because I'm a conspiracy theorist by nature and I'm a critical thinker or overthinker, I can just, like, I don't know, I just spot BS. But I don't understand how so many people don't. So I always feel like an oddball when, I see something and I can immediately pick out the pitch, pick out the BS, and show why it's trash. And other people are like, oh, you so negative. Oh, you don't trust nothing. And folks just don't understand we live like literally in the belly of the beast. So you got to think like that. But if you've been taught to trust these folks and trust Babylon and Babylonian systems because you get some little short term reward that's going to end up biting you in the butt later, it is what it is. So anyway, let's get into this. I done rambled on long enough. Okay, so Sam Altman's WorldCoin passes 2 million signups after months of touring. Now, granted, they just unleashed ChatGPT earlier this year. Microsoft bought it and they unleashed it, and so now uh, we're dealing with the impact, which we've been dealing with AI for a minute, but now, like I tell you, they are basically telegraphing and telling you what they're doing. So with WorldCoin, he shifted focuses from getting paid and using Africans to basically siphon the internet and create this artificial intelligence, which is really, at the end of the day, going to be the image of the beast. Um, he shifted onto this WorldCoin because he is a part of this NWO that's coming online. And he has a role to play. Everybody got a role to play. Politicians, actors, celebrities, these pastors, these churches, entertainment, social media, the internet, everything has a role in keeping folks distracted as the system comes online. So this dude has been gallivanting around the globe getting people to sign up for this WorldCoin. And it's a lot of different coins out here, but this one is, to me, the most interesting. So it has an orb or something that scans your iris for digital identification purposes. I just can't even. I just, what a time to be alive. That's all I can say. Anyway, WorldCoin surpassed 2 million signups to the World ID in less than half the time it took to reach 1 million. WorldCoin, a cryptocurrency and digital identification project. Notice they say project. So this is a pilot, y'all. Has seen over 2 million users sign up for its global identity protocol dubbed World ID. According to a July 13th statement, the World ID project, still in beta testing, passed 2 million in less than half the time it took to reach the first million. WorldCoin, 2 million strong. Thank you to everyone who helped WorldCoin reach this milestone. The timing couldn't be more appropriate. And that was on Twitter, which is now X. In a nutshell, World ID aims to offer a global digital passport that users can store on their phones to prove their identity while using zero knowledge proofs to protect their privacy. To sign up for the World ID program and receive a digital passport, individuals must visit an orb. The fact that they choose to use an orb is like, it just lets you know what it's about. Like it's a part of the occult. It's satanic. To scan one of their eyeballs, so you got to get your eyeball scanned. This creates a unique iris hash, a number used to verify their uniqueness. Users who successfully upload their sensitive biometric data are paid for their efforts in a self-titled cryptocurrency known as WorldCoin. So WorldCoin says, and they posted this back in April on Twitter. It says 1/ proof of personhood addresses two of the key considerations presented by the age of AI. 1, protecting against Sybil attacks. 2, minimizing the spread of AI generated misinformation. Now, they created this AI and all these problems intentionally so that they can create the real solution that they want to introduce, which is this global identification and these digital currencies and these wallets. And you have to do everything online and you won't be able to move or buy or sell, which is why while you still can, you need to be buying all the stuff you can get. If you got money sitting up in an account somewhere thinking, oh, I'm gonna save this so I can go someplace, you better get that money and you better do something with it tangible. Buy stuff because the hour is coming if we are not snatched. I don't know when the snatching away or when we're going to be exodus out of here, but if we happen to be here and happen to experience some of this, we're going to have to know how to navigate it and we need to be prepared. So you need to be buying tangible things, food, water, medicine, um, Bibles, books, things that you can put your hand on and use when you are locked out of this system because you're going to refuse to do this stuff. It says WorldCoin credited its sign up rush to a recent multi-city tour that spanned across Barcelona, Berlin, and Tokyo. The tour averaged 40,000 new verified World ID members every week, it said. Notice where they're going to institute this stuff, right? With the aliens, the pilgrims, not us. And the only reason it's being peddled or pushed on us in, you know, the place where Israelites are, like in Nigeria and Jamaica, Barbados, South America, and Brazil, is because we got raccoons amongst us. So people are really trying to push back against this and they don't want it. But we got people who are sold out and basically probably cannot reject the advances of the adversary because they're going to lose their life. So, in order to preserve their life, their natural life, they're going to take ours. So, they're going to have to pay a price for it. But I'm just saying, this is how you have to look at it. People are selling us out all over the place. We just surrounded by savage raccoons. We got an army of raccoons around us. So it says WorldCoin anticipates that these 5-pound chrome eye scanning devices known as orbs will become increasingly available worldwide over the next several months due to an uptick in demand. Additionally, just as more people are signing up, a growing number of apps and services are making use of the World ID protocol. So understand these people already got this stuff that they want to get online. Something getting ready to happen. If you can't tell by the the urgency to do these pilots, bribing people to do this stuff because they know people not gonna willingly do it because everybody a little leery, a little skeptical. But I'm sure these young people and greedy asses, I'm sorry if that is you, person who likes to invest in stuff and you believe that this digital currency and um, these cryptocurrency and stable coins weren't a setup from these folks from the get-go. I'm telling you, this stuff been in the works for a long time. They have been grooming you. You might have benefited financially in the short term, but in the long term, y'all have really helped to usher in this beast system. Y'all were also a part of a pilot project. So yeah, you could say, well, I made money or whatever, but you really have to do some self-evaluation and, question your love of money. Because as true Israel, we know how we are supposed to earn a living, and it ain't that way. So, if you're these people who always looking for an investment scheme, and I say scheme because this whole country and this system is nothing but a scheme. And, you participated because it was a cool thing to do. That's what people did, whatever. You probably should repent because you helped to bring this stuff to fruition as well. There ain't, too many clean hands when it comes to investing. And when I try to tell people this, they get offended. But because they love money and because people don't want to sit in the fact that they participate in the Babylonian system for their own personal gain. And when you come into enlightenment and you understand what you've done, you got to repent. That's between you and the Most High. But I'm just talking to you, keeping it real. People who bought into this cryptocurrency stuff, they going fool. Like, everything that you agree to, you give them license to do more. You give them the, what do they call it? The buy-in, or they have the critical mass that they need to go to the next phase of their agenda. And so that's where we are now. You're seeing everything accelerated because they are ready to bring this online. So if you have resources, especially this digital stuff, you better be trying to get rid of it. It also noted that other protocols, including Octa's Author and Talent Protocol, have begun to use World ID and WorldCoin in their respective onboarding procedures. On May the 8th, the project launched the World app, a gas-free crypto wallet. See that? For verified humans that works on Android and iOS operating systems. Roughly 2 weeks later, on May 25th, WorldCoin raised $115 million in a Series C funding round to support the further rollout of its World ID program. I just don't even know what to say. It's here, y'all. They're letting us know they ready. They are ready. So I got one more story that is from Cointelegraph that I want to share with you because it coincides with FedNow. And so when I get to the end of this, I'm going to make sure at the end of this video, I post the 2 videos that I did with Lynette Zhang talking about FedNow and how FedNow will have the digital IDs attached to the bank account. So if you continue to use your bank account, you're going to have a digital ID already anyway. The digital wallet and the scanning of the biometric data will probably come along eventually, but they got to put all these things in place while people don't know what's going on. But around the same time FedNow launched, Russia introduced a digital ruble in Russia. So this says Putin signs a law on introduction of digital ruble in Russia. Russian citizens will not be forced to use the digital ruble and use the CBC and use of the CBDC will be a voluntary choice for people to make, the governor of the Bank of Russia said. So it says Russia is moving forward with its central bank digital currency as President Vladimir Putin signed the digital ruble bill into law on July 24th, according to an official government document. So if you think that you're going to go someplace on earth and run and escape and get away from what's coming, you're not. Everybody's in on it. Everybody is in on it. Every nation is going to give their power to the beast. Every nation. So you see the pieces are moving into place so that this will be easier to happen. I just find it interesting that around the same time that our FedNow goes live, they introduce a digital currency. So you could tell, even though everybody's like, oh, we're mad at each other, we're going to go to war, we're going to do whatever, they're just going to destroy Whitelandia because they know those going to be the most non-compliant, fighting ass people who ain't going to just comply. And they have this air about them that they're entitled to have a say in their way of life. Whereas the rest of the black and brown world, no, we know we've been oppressed by them forever. So this this shift is coming and everybody is preparing for it. But in my opinion, these people are preparing for the destruction of the West in Canada. And the abomination of desolation is coming. But they got to put all these pieces into place because this is how they're going to ration you resources like they did during the Great Depression. You're not going to get paper food stamps or greenbacks or whatever they were giving away during the Depression. You're going to have digital resources. They're going to have a totally new system and everybody going to be on surveillance all the time. So you better be trying to figure out how you're going to navigate this in the short term until we are delivered from this foolery. Russia is moving forward with its central bank digital currency. With approval, the digital ruble law is officially scheduled to take effect from August the 1st, 2023, which is tomorrow, with all but one rule ready to be enforced. So you see how fast this stuff gonna happen. Article number 3, which includes amendments to several Russian federal laws, including those related to bankruptcy and inheritance, is expected to take effect from August 2024. The new legislation officially empowers the Russian central bank to launch the first CBDC pilot with real consumers in August. Previously, the government expected to roll out trials in April in collaboration with 13 local banks, including heavyweights like Bank. According to the newly signed law, Russia's central bank will be the principal operator of the digital ruble infrastructure. So it's going to be one banking system. All the central banks going to be in charge of the digital currency. So it's going to be problematic and will hold responsibility for all stored assets. Y'all know they're going to steal y'all stuff, right? That's why you need to spend it. The digital ruble is designed to serve as a payment and money transfer method and does not provide for investment purposes. The digital ruble is expected to act as the third form of money alongside cash and non-cash rubles. Russian citizens will not be forced to use the CBDC, and the use of the digital ruble will be a voluntary choice left up to individuals to decide. Bank of Russia Governor Elvira Nabiullina reportedly declared on July 24th. She stated, "No one is going to force anyone into the digital ruble, but we really hope that it will be more convenient and cheaper for both people and businesses, and they will start using it. This is a new opportunity." You know, I can't. The technology costs money. It don't cost you nothing. If you just want to exchange cash, you could stand up at a table and do that. But if you got to have digital money, it means you got to have electricity or some way to power the tool, or you got to have some type of technology. It's got to be connected to some type of server or database. So at the end of the day, you listen at how they sell this stuff to you. But if you really take the time to think about it, it ain't nothing easy about that at all. According to Bank of Russia Deputy Governor Olga Bogatova, the government doesn't expect mass adoption of the digital ruble in Russia before 2025 or even 2027. So, while they say they don't expect it, everybody's saying, well, we don't expect. But then something's going to happen suddenly, and you're going to want to use it, or you're going to need to use it, because if you didn't prepare, they're going to put rations on there so you can go to the store and use it, and then you're in the system. They're going to tell you that this infrastructure is there, but they're not telling you that if you continue to use your bank account, all the banks eventually are going to merge and give their power to the big beast, which is the central banks. And you won't have a choice. You'll already be using it whether you want to or not. You will have already adopted it by your willful ignorance. I guess that's the best way to say it. The news comes soon after Russia's State Duma, the country's lower house of parliament, passed the digital ruble bill in the third and final reading on July 11th. So see how fast this stuff is going? It's July 31st. That's 20 days ago. That is how fast this stuff is going to be coming down the pipe. It's already happening here. People, if you subscribe to congress.gov, you will see how fast these bills are moving. Our digital currency bill is also moving. So you really need to pay attention to what's happening. And again, no matter what is happening, you need to prepare on your own for your household and your circle. The Federation Council subsequently approved the bill on July 19th. According to official records, the digital ruble bill was initially registered in December 2022. While quickly progressing with CBDC legislation, Russian lawmakers have continued to postpone the introduction of cryptocurrency regulation following a series of delays in the past. In May, State Duma official Anatoly Aksakov promised to pass 4 bills related to crypto mining, taxation, and international settlement crypto. However, the bills do not seem to have progressed much since. So this is where they're telling you, like I've been showing y'all, they will introduce these bills and park them, and nobody will know about it. Nobody will talk about it. And then the next thing you know, this stuff is fast track, it's moving, and in a week it's law. People vote on it. These actors that call themselves the politicians vote on it, and then it's law. You don't even have a chance to react. You don't have a chance to call your legislators. And most people in the West are so polarized and, fractured because of race, the alphabet agenda, political affiliation, and ideologies. They don't see the big picture, that they are literally allowing their sovereignty to go out of the window. And for white people anyway, because we ain't never had none. We are still in captivity. So there's that. The last thing that I want to show you before I close is this. Now, I didn't read this because it costs $140, so I got to sneak and try to find it on the Internet Archive someplace. But look at this. This is on the Cambridge University Press's website. It is the United Nations in Global Tax Coordination. So they already have a system in place, or an infrastructure to tax you once they put this global infrastructure in place. Now, again, I ain't finna pay $140 to these people to read this. But if y'all find it somewhere and y'all can email it to me, and Marty K is tired of racism at gmail.com, I'll read it and highlight it for you, the bad pieces, or, the things that are interesting about it. But I wanted to show you what the synopsis of this is. Oh, let's see. had it pulled up and I think it closed. Information. Okay, so here's a description of this book. And let me see when it was published. It was published in 2023, this year. So you see what I'm saying about this stuff is already in place. They're ready to implement what they got going. So y'all, we got to be leaving here soon. If not, we in trouble. It's over. Like Pastor O says from State Line SDA, it's over. It's over. The book description. The United Nations in Global Tax Coordination fills the decade-long knowledge gap in international tax history concerning the UN Fiscal Commission, which functioned as the overarching fiscal authority during the early post-World War II economic order. See where they're going? With insights from political economy and international relations scholarship, the critical archival examination chronicles the tenacious activism by post-colonial developing countries to preserve source taxation rights and by the UN Secretariat in championing the development of equitable tax rules. So they have a tax rule in place to support their common good agenda. You finna not own nothing and you finna be not happy. Such activism would ultimately lead developed countries to oust the UN as a forum for international tax norm setting. The book includes a revealing prehistory of the wartime work of the League of Nations that questions the legitimacy of the Mexico model, the first model tax convention between developed and developing countries. This expertly researched work is essential reading for understanding the roles of politics, states, secretariats, and private sectors in directing global tax coordination. The New World Order is here. It just has not been fully implemented yet. But if you think you got money and you get ready to do, look, y'all better stop holding on to this stuff. You got money you need to give to people, you better give it while you can because they're going to take it. If you have resources that you can use to preserve your life or sustain you while they do whatever they're getting ready to do to flip the world upside down, you better be doing it because these people ain't playing with us. Keep praying, keep prepping, keep seeking the Most High, keep repenting for your sins of commission and sins of omission. If you are not saved, you have not given your life to Christ, I posted a sinner's prayer on my community page. Go to that page and read it. And I'm going to put some links for resources where you can go and do some research. I recommend y'all get y'all old Bibles and dust them off. Pull them out, start reading them. If you don't have Bibles, you best to go get you some because they don't want us to be associated with our God. They don't want us to keep our Sabbath. They don't want us to be sealed. They want us to be marked. And so as you see this stuff happening, do not take it lightly. Do not act like you got time. There is no time. These people are passing laws nationally in a week, 20 days. People not even talking about it. I had another story I was going to share with y'all. I won't even really do the story, but How many of y'all know that there's a ban on incandescent light bulbs that starts tomorrow? I didn't even know. I was walking around looking for these light bulbs. You can't even hardly find them. All you can get now are LED light bulbs, and I really don't like them. They make my eyes hurt, but that's all they have now. Now, they do last longer, but they increase your risk of being exposed to this light, which increases your risk for cancer. So we're going to talk about this in another video. But I'm just trying to show y'all everything is set up. Everything is already ready. These people got the money, they got the currency, they got the system. They got guinea pigs, old ones and new ones. People, suckers born every day. That's what we say, in business when it comes to gimmick marketing. Sucker born every day. Suckers buying up stuff, signing up for stuff, participating in stuff, believing the hype, all for money. They love money. Money allows them to do stuff, feel rich, do stuff. The hour is coming where that money ain't going to be worth nothing. And they're going to take it, at the end of the day, because with the common good agenda, they're going to take everybody's assets and distribute them equally. That's how this universal basic income going to work. Whoever got excess going to take, they're going to have their resources taken so they can support the common good agenda. So if you know what I know, you're best to get rid of it. You got a whole bunch of stuff you holding on to. This system is coming to an end. The real estate market getting ready to bust. The banking industry getting ready to bust. We getting ready to have famine. The aliens coming. It's hot. The demons is waking up and walking amongst us. And people still walking around going on vacation and raccooning. I still can't believe we are alive in this time, but we are. Just keep prepping, y'all. That's all I can tell y'all. But I want to share this with you so you can understand where we are in the big scheme of things. Ain't gonna be no 4, 5, 6 years you got to play. These people ain't playing with us. So you better take life seriously and do what you need to do and get out of them cities. All right, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. Hit that bell notification so that you can get all the notifications every time I upload. And please make sure that you are still subscribed because YouTube unsubscribes people all the time from my channel. I don't have that many people because they just shadow ban me. But don't think that because people don't have a lot of followers, they're not talking about information that you need to know. I don't have a lot of followers. I've done almost 300 videos. My videos don't get a lot of views, but hey, the stuff that I talk about, people ain't talking about, especially not Yah.T.a.l. Not a lot of them. Ministries that are focusing on end time prophecy, some of them are. Some of them have a nice balance of connecting current events to biblical prophecy. But, a lot of them are just focused on who we are and how we should live, which are also vital and important. But, we got to make sure that we get our balance. You need to know how to live. You need to know how to obey those laws, statutes, and commandments, keep the Sabbath, treat your brothers, come out of the system. But you also need to know that the world coin is getting ready to put orbs up that's going to scan your eyes. And that's how you're going to get into stores and spend your little money on your digital wallet and get your Soylent Green and your bugs and your bottled water because you ain't going to have water coming out of taps in your house. So, with that said, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High, keep repenting, keep trying to wake your brothers up, keep living right on the narrow path, and get into your word. Cry out to the Most High because I don't know how we going to make it out of this. I just don't know. It's gonna have to be a supernatural exodus. I have faith. I'm not afraid, and I suggest you not be afraid. We are overcomers, so we have to have faith. But when it comes to the human mind and what we can comprehend, I'm a critical thinker. I'm a problem solver. This one problem I can't solve. I don't know how we gonna survive this. So do what you can to be prepared, people. Do what you can to be prepared. Time is running out. All right, I'm Marley K. Love y'all. Take care. Be safe. Wear your mask because they putting these cooties out in the streets. And I'm out.